Hello, team. I'm back. Welcome back to season 3 of The Reformed Athlete. I literally could not be happier to be back. You guys, we missed out on a lot of life together. We have a lot to catch up on, and we're going to do that in this episode today. I have some crazy exciting announcements to bring forward to you guys, as well as a really important lesson today. So buckle up. We're going to get right into it. So first of all, you're going to notice this is not the same background that it was before. That is because I have moved. I am no longer in the first ever apartment I got by myself. I lived solo there for a year and a half, and it was one of the best experiences ever. I was super close to the beach here in San Diego. It was the perfect size for me. I freaking manifested that place like you would not even believe. That's a story for another time. But truly, it was the best experience I could have had for living on my own for the first time. And now I'm living in this really great place. I'm still in San Diego. That hasn't changed, just a little bit closer to work now. And with that has come the opportunity to build a podcast studio in my new home. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited, you guys. The reason I am going all out on building a podcast studio in my home is because, you guys, The Reformed Athlete is about to kick it up a notch. I'm not kidding. The Reformed Athlete is about to take over the friggin' internet because this podcast is about to go bananas. So if you're an OG fan, get ready, buckle up, because things are about to get wild out here and you guys are going to have such good content moving forward. And if you're new, hi, welcome. You've chosen the most wonderful time to join this journey. So with all of this change that has been occurring with our season break, I have been doing so much reflecting on how I believe the best way I can show up for you guys is through this podcast, what my true mission is, what my purpose is. And I want to share that with you guys because I think it's important to understand why you're supporting me, why you're listening to me, why you're choosing to dedicate time out of your day. Maybe you're on a walk, maybe you're at the gym, maybe you're on a drive, maybe you're doing laundry. These are all instances I'm listening to a podcast, but you've taken time out of your day to listen to me. So first of all, thank you so much. I'm honored by that fact. And also, I want to deepen the impact of what I am creating here. And for you guys, I want to create a place for former athletes to really rediscover themselves. And that's always been the purpose of my programs. You know, I talk about training like an athlete again so you can reclaim your athletic identity. I have an app since we last spoke to each other. I have a membership-based app where you train like an athlete and focus on a new theme every single month because it's keeping people that are already established at the gym on their toes and training for different things. It's helping people get out of that boredom that they feel from their PDFs and Instagram saved workouts, and it's helping them step into their strongest, most athletic self, because I want you tearing it up on a field at your over 40s pickup soccer league. I want you to be able to swim the fastest out of everybody else in the triathlon. I want you to be able to go on that hike at Yosemite National Forest with your family without having to worry about being the one slowing everybody down on the stairs. You know what I mean? And so that's what the purpose of the app is. I was able to bring that forward to help you train like an athlete again, okay? Now, I say that because it's always been my goal to help athletes reclaim their athletic identity. And the way I'm going to bring that forward in the podcast, which so exciting, is I am going to be bringing more guests on to the podcast. I'm going to be bringing people in that are former athletes themselves, or they're in the same field of work as me, and we're going to have such deep, meaningful conversations around what it truly means to be a lifelong athlete, about what it really looks like from a practical lens, from a spiritual lens, from a mental lens, what it looks like to really take life by the balls and treat your life as if you're the winner, as if you are the champion. Because at the end of the day, we have that in our blood. We were born to be winners. We were born to be champions. So why would you ever ignore that because you retired at 18 from soccer growing up? Like, that's not a reason to not be athletic anymore. I'm sorry if you've thought that up until now. I'm sorry if you've allowed yourself to believe that you're washed up or can't be an athlete anymore. But in my world, that's not what we think. And so I get, it sounds like a cool concept, but my goal is to bring this information to you in a practical way using principles and actions and strategies to really be able to have you implement this into your life. This is about to be a home where you truly grow as a human being because of the information that's being brought forward. So we will be doing that through interviews, of course. I want multiple perspectives on the situation to be able to, connect with people in different ways. There's also, oh my God, I'm so excited for this. There's also going to be a weekly segment here on The Reformed Athlete called The Winner's Circle. This I'm unbelievably excited to bring forward to you guys. The Winner's Circle is going to be a segment every single week that really gives you an in-depth lesson, a mindset shift, a perspective, a rewiring of your thoughts that allows you to fully, without any hesitation, without any resistance, step in and claim your athletic identity. The Winner's Circle is where you're going to learn how to put all the bullshit aside, how to get rid of all of your excuses, and learn how to be a goddamn champion again. And one thing, let me just warn you now about the Winner's Circle, is if you're someone that doesn't do well with tough love, that might not be the segment for you. Or on the flip side, maybe it is the exact segment that you need to try and lean into pushing yourself to greater levels. But the Winner's Circle is going to be where we keep our standards extremely high. This is going to be the place where we don't allow silly little excuses to throw us off track. The Winner's Circle segment is specifically designed to help the person wherever you are in life. I don't care if you're 72 or if you're 24 listening to this and you're in very different stages of your life. This information is going to be applicable across all generations, across all stages of life that help you become your best. This is where the gold medal winners, where the first place finishers, where the people going home with trophies are all going to come gather together, and we're going to get better. We're going to increase our standard, and we are going to discover that there are so much less limitations on us in this world than we may have previously thought. Like, we are breaking through societal norms. We are putting aside resistance. We're putting aside limitations that have been placed on us by the outside world. We are breaking free, becoming free thinkers through the Winner's Circle segment so that you can truly discover what you, the true, authentic, genuine you, looks like. And if you can't tell, I'm very excited about this. It is like soul food for me, truly, because this is the stuff that I'm so connected to, that I get so hyped up off, and now I get to bring that to you guys, and I'm so damn excited. Now, the reason I'm so excited for the Winner's Circle, and the reason I'm feeling so passionate about it, besides the things I just mentioned, is I am really pushing myself to embody the living shit out of what I'm preaching. I don't know if I've said this before on the podcast, but since circa 2011, my New Year's resolution has been practice what you preach. I always found myself a little bit idealistic in my advice and not following through in my actions the same way that I would preach. And it's ironic, like I've always been this way, so it was natural that I became a coach, like somebody that really is able to see potential in other people that maybe they can't see in themselves. So I've always viewed that as a superpower, but I'm realizing, like, why would I lift everybody up and leave myself behind? And it's not like I'm out here being lazy. It's not like I'm not practicing what I preach, but I always believe that there is another level of embodiment that you can step into. And that's exactly what I'm doing. So guys, the last little exciting announcement here to bring forward is that I have chosen to step into my highest embodiment of living as a champion, of living as a winner, and of being a lifelong athlete by every single month competing in a new activity or in a different activity. So for example, if there's a month where I don't have anything on the calendar, I'm going to sign up for, a 5K and try to hit it in under a certain time. Or, y'all know I'm down bad if I choose this, maybe a half marathon. Your girl's not a distance runner. That would demolish me. And that's exactly why I would choose it. Or maybe there's a local Spartan race or a Tough Mudder or a triathlon. God help me, I'm such a bad swimmer. But I'm going to choose to put myself in uncomfortable situations and to compete every single month in a new activity and bring you guys along for the journey, for the training camp, for the process, for the mindset behind someone that's training for something, for the day-to-day, what my tasks look like, what my daily habits look like, what it looks like for me to fully go in on a goal while balancing it in my life of being someone running a big business, of being someone that has clients to show up for, that is a 27-year-old trying to live her life, of somebody that is trying to fulfill her life purpose while, and these are very connected, training for these events. So, the way I will be bringing this forward is on my YouTube channel. Some of you guys are watching this on YouTube. On my YouTube channel at Fit by KP, I will be vlogging every single training camp process for whatever the event is that I'm choosing. And I do say monthly. Some of these might be a 6 to 8 week training protocol instead of a 4-week training protocol. If I ever get absolutely psycho enough to choose a marathon, again, check on me if I choose that. I'm not doing well. Then that's probably going to be more like a 3 to 6 month process than like a 4-week one. But regardless, I will be constantly bringing you guys through the behind the scenes with me as I'm training for these new events and showing you what it is like to eat, sleep, and breathe the embodiment of being a champion. And mind you, all of this is going to occur in a way that shows you that this is possible for you too. I'm not someone that's going to commit 100% of my time to these goals. I'm going to give it my 100% effort, but I'm not going to give it my 100% time because I also want to live a balanced life. I don't want to overtrain. I want to make sure I'm optimally recovering. And I can't go David Goggins on it if I want to optimally recover because that man does not recover his body. He's just a psychopath that is able to push through the pain. I want to show you balance. I want to show you the ways that you can incorporate this in your life, in your world. You can take lessons, especially the mindset lessons. That's where the winner circle is just going to be so good. But especially mindset lessons and show you how this is relevant to you. So you get to see what it looks like. I know everybody, they look up to coaches or to trainers or, whatever the business is. I do this all the time too. And you look at someone succeeding, at least what you see on social media, and you go, but I could never do that. I don't think I'm the person that could do that. And I want to show you that you don't have to be anybody special. Anybody can do these things. I'm going to bring you behind the scenes that coach you admire on social media, you see what it's really like for them. You're going to see the days that I don't want to show up for the run, or that I don't want to show up for the workout, or that I am not feeling good hormonally, that I'm not feeling good fatigue-wise, that I didn't sleep well. I'm going to show you the highs, the lows, everything in between, because I am on a goal to make lifelong athleticism relatable. I'm on a goal to make lifelong athleticism something that everybody sees as possible for them. I'm nothing special. I, of course, view myself and have talked to myself and reframed my thoughts as someone that is capable of great things. But mind you, go back to season 2 if you need the episode, I grew up thinking I was extraordinarily average. I never thought that I was anything special. And so this goal of mine, yes, is to embody my work to show you guys what's possible, but it's also the journey of an ordinary girl trying to become an extraordinary human being. So I will bring you guys behind the scenes in all of that so you can see what this looks like, how it can be possible for you, what you can extrapolate and bring into your everyday life. And for the first experience that I will be competing in, surprise everybody, as of this recording, I have been matched up and scheduled to fight in my first amateur Muay Thai fight on June 21st. For anybody that knows me, you might know that I've been training Muay Thai for about 3 years. I've had a couple of amateur fights that I got scheduled up in and had to pull out of for injury purposes. So this is the first one that I'm actually able to do. I've done a couple like below amateur level. They're called semi-contact, not non-contact. They're called semi-contact fights. I've done, a couple of those, a good number of those. And I'm ready to see what it is like to fight in a ring with full rules and to put everything that I have practiced on the table. And that, again, I say as of now, which is May 21st, so exactly 4 weeks from today, I am scheduled to fight. However, there's been a conflict, a scheduling conflict with the coach's availability and the fight itself. So there's a chance that this turns into a July 12th fight instead of a June 21st. I will keep the fans posted. We're working on it right now. This is a discovery made today. But regardless of the actual day, whether it's 3 weeks earlier or 3 weeks later, I'm going to be bringing you guys through the Fight Camp files. That is going to be the first vlog that I'm putting up on YouTube, showing you the behind the scenes of what it looks like to train for an event again, what it looks like to compete as someone that is not, a scholarship athlete, somebody that's not in youth athletics, but somebody who is just an adult who loves to move her body, and show you what it's like to compete again. And maybe that can give you some inspiration to compete in your own life. So the Fight Camp files will be available on YouTube at the same time as you are seeing this podcast, or you're listening to this podcast. Go ahead to my YouTube channel at FitByKP, go to the playlist called Fight Camp Files, and that's where you're going to see the behind the scenes of what it looks like as an amateur Muay Thai fighter getting ready for her fight and being 4 weeks out. Fight camps are crazy. Your girl's pretty tired. Your girl's pretty sore. And it's really just the beginning. So I'm so excited to bring you guys behind the scenes on all of this, okay? Those are all my announcements. I think I just spent 20 minutes talking about the announcements, but there was so much incredible wisdom and so much incredible announcements that I wanted to share with you guys, between the membership in the app that has come forward, between the podcast shifting, between the Winner's Circle segment, and between the vlogs that are now going to be on YouTube. There's just been so much incredible wisdom and so much incredible experience that has come to me in this period of time that I'm just so excited to share with you here on the podcast. Now, I do have a topic that I want to speak about today, so there is some more sustenance in this episode. I want to talk about the concept of going through seasons of life. Now, when I say seasons of life, I'm talking about the go, go, go seasons. That would be your traditional in-season. And then I'm talking about the seasons where things are a little bit slower. Think of this as your off season. Now, the reason I bring this forward is because for the last couple of months, I have been in a slow season. It was between season 2 and now was definitely a slow season for me in terms of my training. Now, it was definitely a all hands on deck go season of me from a business perspective. I was bringing forward a lot of new offers. I was doing a lot of new coaching. I was creating a lot of things behind the scenes like this podcast, and you guys haven't even seen the half of how this is going to expand. I'm so excited for what I get to tell you. But from my training perspective, from a Muay Thai perspective, I felt like I was hit with block after block after block. So in March, maybe February, end of January, doesn't matter too much, but I sustained a concussion, which if you guys have been with me for a while, you know is not the first time I've had a concussion in a year, maybe a year and a half. So that was a big fat bummer. It definitely took me out of Muay Thai training. Luckily, it wasn't so debilitating that I could not work, but I definitely had to take my foot off the gas pedal a little bit. So had the concussion, and then as I started to come back, I just noticed my body was not responding well to training. I was getting sick really easily. I was getting a lot of vertigo flares. For those that don't know, vertigo is a somewhat significant part of my life. And I was just not mentally in it. I didn't want to be waking up early for my workouts the way that I could before. I was relying on discipline as much as I could, but there's a point when you don't even want to be disciplined. And that was a bit of a red flag for me. I had to really investigate why that was. Because as someone that really does value discipline just, as a trait, and as someone that preaches it, coming full circle back to the concept of practice what you preach, I was getting really, I'm going to say frustrated with myself. I was really unhappy with the way that I was showing up for myself, especially while I'm helping other people show up so boldly for themselves. Like, that's what I do in my coaching. I help people learn discipline. I help people show up boldly and audaciously for themselves. And I couldn't find the power to do that for myself. And there was a lot of frustration, which if you break down any level of anger or frustration, there's just pain underneath. It's such a superficial emotion. And when you really dig deep as to why you're feeling that way, I realized that there was a lot of disappointment in myself because I felt disjointed from the person that I was preaching. I felt like I was telling everybody to be on top of their shit, but then I wasn't being on top of my shit myself. And that's how I felt for a good period of time. It like kind of slowed things down in my business too, because typically how you show up in one thing is how you show up in everything. So while I was being a disjointed athlete, I felt like I was being a disjointed business owner. I felt like I was being a disjointed coach. I felt like I was being a disjointed girlfriend. I felt like I was being a disjointed friend. And so I really went through a period of struggle. I feel like just now as I'm speaking, I'm realizing like, damn, I was struggling. There was so much good mixed into this. I think sometimes when you're someone that's able to hold both the good and the bad, you take the good moments and you cling on to those and you don't realize like, wow, I was kind of going through it. So, you know, neither here nor there. It's good to experience both the yin and the yang, the positive and the negative. But I've realized since looking back that I was feeling inferior because I didn't feel like I was living up to my word. And I have had to take a step back and go, I'm not inferior for not living up to my word, but what I do need to do is respect my word. And I mean that in two ways. One is don't be disjointed from the person that I'm preaching. So if I'm going to preach discipline, I better show up disciplined. And that really does help me stay in that state of embodiment and show up for myself even on the days that I don't want to. So thank you all of you guys, because you don't even realize that. You hold me more accountable than you know. That's the value of being in groups and masterminds and coaching programs. And I say that from the lens of, I preach a lot about listening to your body. Like, be disciplined, give 100% of whatever you have. And that comes with listening to your body. And so I found that while I was getting sick, while I was getting concussed, while I was getting silly little injuries, I was getting mad at my body for responding the way that it was instead of listening to it. I was protesting the fact that I was not in a good state to train, as opposed to saying, okay, I'm not in a good state to train. What is the move? How am I going to be adaptable? How am I going to be flexible? And so instead of giving myself permission to say, you know what, this is just going to have to be the off season. I guess this is not the season we're going ham in. I guess we're going to take a step back, reset, refuel, recover, and then we can step into another ham season. I wasn't giving myself that permission. And I think a lot of people do that. I think a lot of former athletes think that they can't have off seasons because they don't have the structured schedule of seasons anymore. You don't have basketball or soccer or baseball or softball or whatever it is. You don't have structured seasons. And so you think that you're supposed to be on season all the time. And that's not to say you can't be. I think it's great if you can be, but you need to give yourself grace in the moments that it is an off season for you. And you need to give yourself permission to respond to different seasons differently. Because once I made this realization that I wasn't in a go season, even though I was shaming myself for not being in one, once I allowed myself to realize, okay, I need to accept the fact that I am in a slow season and I'm okay with that. Like, once I granted myself the permission to say, I'm okay with this, you guys, everything got better. I started being kinder to myself. I started seeing the opportunities. My body, you know, that thing that communicates with you when your mind doesn't want to listen, it started recovering better. I started getting my energy back. I got my passion for weightlifting back in a way that I have not had in years. Because I said, hey, it's okay to not be training like a UFC athlete right now. How about you just do a couple lifts and show up to practice when your body can do it? And mind you, that was still most days. I just wasn't showing up a half hour early. I wasn't doing the run outside of training. I wasn't doing the extra. I was doing the bare minimum, which to me is not a great standard. I don't like to live at that standard. I love the feeling of holding myself to a high standard because I love challenging myself and pushing myself outside of my comfort zone. And the bare minimum to me makes me do the bare minimum in every other aspect of my life. I was doing the bare minimum in business and the bare minimum in my relationships and all of that. So I don't like doing the bare minimum. But that's only when I tell myself that I'm doing the bare minimum. What if I just said, you know what, this is not my bare minimum, this is my standard right now. And doing the most is doing each of the things I'm actually participating in to the best of my abilities. I don't have to get there a half hour early. I don't have to do an extra hour run outside of training. I don't have to do 5 weightlifting sessions in addition to 6 training sessions in addition to 4 runs a week, because my body doesn't want that right now. In other seasons of life, I literally can manage that, but right now I can't. And so once I said, this isn't me doing the bare minimum, this isn't me failing in go, go, go season, this is me changing my standard for the season of life. This is me saying, this is going to be what I choose to spend my time in, and I'm okay with that. This is my off season. This is my slow season. Giving myself that permission is what changed everything. It changed my perception of my actions. It changed the way that I was able to adhere to all of the actions that I wanted to take. And it was the thing that helped me now transition into go, go, go season, because I'm back, baby. I'm back in go, go, go season, and I love it. I love my 2-a-days right now. I love feeding myself for energy. I love taking the time to stretch and recover and do all the things that make my body feel great when I'm putting it through so much chaos, and my body is responding well. Well, my body's responding okay. Ever since fight camp started, I am so freaking sore, but I'm happy and I'm loving it, and there's joy behind the activities that I'm doing. So this is all to say that sometimes we don't think we can have off seasons. Sometimes we think we have to be go, 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 go. And if we're not go, 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 then we're just freaking failures. And I'm here to remind you that when you choose to be in a go, go, go season, you better go. You better drive that Ferrari and make shit happen. But when you know you're in a slower season, when there's other things that take priority, a lot of people go into slow season during the summer because there's so much vacation and travel, which makes feelings on. But if that's your season to be slow, then go be slow. No shame, no guilt, no nothing. Just give yourself the permission, and you're not going to take actions that feel misaligned from the mindset where you're shaming yourself. Whatever you choose to do, stand by it. Stand by it. And be okay with it. And when you're ready to transition into go, go, go season, cool. Your body's going to be ready. Your mind's going to be excited. When you're ready to transition out of go, go, go season into slow season, your body's probably going to be giving you a big old thank you because you probably needed it, and it's probably overdue. So let's not shame ourselves for being in different seasons of life. Let's just allow different seasons to be just that. Different. Different. Not bad, not good, just different. All right. It has been such a pleasure joining you guys again here on The Reformed Athlete. You guys will see plenty more content from me coming forward. Hey, do me a favor. If you guys know anybody that you feel like is really aligned with my mission and what I do, and you think that they have a lot of value to share or contribute to this podcast, would you do me a favor and would you either email me or DM me their information so that I can reach out to them and do a little exploring and see if they'd be a good podcast guest? Because I want to expand this network. I want to get more former athletes connected. And I want to turn this into something that helps people from all walks of life. So if you're listening to this and you think you know somebody, maybe you are that somebody, let me know. Hit me up. And I would love to explore. Thank you guys so much. I will catch you for the next episode. It will be probably a winner's circle segment. Don't forget to go to the Fit by KP YouTube channel. Check out my fight camp files. Share it with your people. And we're freaking back, baby. I'm so happy to be here.